The FAA got me. I'm going down. Yeah.
So what's up, man?
What up, YouTube? What's going on today, man? Listen, I got Rotorisco here at my sweet FPV B&B. How you doing, Risco?
What's up? I'm good. We're out here in beautiful Humboldt County, California. It is freaking gorgeous out here, man. I'm having a great time. So shout out to Muggsy.
Nasty.
Nasty. It's been
My
a great,
boys.
great time.
Humboldt
Great
Quad
flipping time
Squad.
so far.
So, XJet hit me up personally, and he said, will you be making a remote ID video? And I said yes. So, here it is. Remote ID. Let's start with what the is remote ID. It's basically some law that the FAA is imposing that's gonna basically force us to put little drone tags on our drones. And if you don't, you're now a criminal coming September 16th of this year. So, I'm not a stranger to this. I've had other hobbies in the world that turned me into a criminal because of some laws and shit before. So I have some experience with all this shit. But there's a few things we need to touch on. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I actually have a real good solution for remote ID. And it's what's gonna get us out of remote ID. And just stick around. Basically, what happened? Race day quads stood up for us, put a lawsuit against the FAA, and they lost. Only because there was nobody arrested against that law yet. And that's the only reason they lost. I mean, I don't know the exact details, but that's the gist of it. Everybody's been making remote ID videos. There's been a call to action in the FPV community for everybody to make a remote ID video. Hopefully this gets out of our community and other people pick it up and start to notice what's going on. But I highly doubt it. Honestly, I highly doubt it. What's going on is the people of FPV, the FPV army, my army. I am the fearless leader of the FPV army, and we are all now criminals coming September 16th. And nobody wants to just be lumped in with criminals. I mean, we're just flying our toys around the park.
We have any negative intentions whatsoever except to create some art and to make some videos that we like or whatever it is for you. I mean, that's what I get out of it. And also, I mean, look, I'm freaking all the way across the country right now just hanging, having a good time, playing with my toys, and like, it's a whole experience in my life I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for FPV, you know? So, you know, there's just something about it for me. I mean, with all the specific stuff that's going on and the laws and the everything that's going on, it's more about like what's it gonna be like for me. I mean, like, how am I gonna react to it? What am I gonna choose to do, comply or not, or fly here or there, or change my builds, or will we just be forced out? Like, I don't want to fly in just some field, you know what I mean? Or do something like it's just not what I want to do, right? I mean, I don't know. So I'm just kind of just here saying like, I'm like scared for the hobby, for myself, you know, and for my friends.
I understand that. I'll tell you what's changing in my life. Nothing. Nothing's gonna change. I'm still gonna be out there flying. I'm still gonna be making videos. I'm still gonna go fly the normal spots I always do. The bottom line is they need people to enforce these new laws. And if they're imposing that on local police departments, I know my local police department, they're not gonna care. They don't give a shit. We live in a rural gun-toting area. Rural gun-toting area. So that's basically what's gonna happen on my side of the earth. How I feel about it, it's not gonna change anything in my life. I saw this shit coming 3 years ago when XJet and I were talking about it in DMs. He actually made a shitload of videos about him. Believe him or not, or agree with him or not, it's coming. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your opinion is. It doesn't matter what you fly, how heavy your shit is. It doesn't matter. This shit ain't gonna be won in the streets. It's not gonna be won at the bando. It's not gonna be won on the internet. It's not gonna be won on YouTube. It's gonna be won in the courtroom with lawyers. And the pilot who gets caught first is gonna have to shut his mouth and let the good lawyers take the stage. That's where it's gonna be won. This is the solution, okay? Bachgrinder had a great idea. We're gonna have to start a fund. Somebody is gonna have to start a fund. Maybe the FPV Freedom Coalition. Maybe we just all get together and start a fund in our own organization that's gonna pay for the first few people that get caught under these new laws. And they're gonna be scrutinized by the FAA and their lawyers to be made an example of. And what's gonna happen is we're not gonna let that happen, okay? We're gonna defend these people. We're gonna help fund their lawyers. We're gonna help make this a public display of how the government overreach is turning us all into criminals when we're just people playing with toys in the park. That's the solution. That's the solution. If you get caught out there, if you get a ticket, don't talk back to the cop, the overseers. Don't talk back to them. You just be silent, take your ticket, walk away, get a lawyer. Bottom line is, this shit's gonna be won in the courtroom. It's not gonna be won here on YouTube. It's not gonna be won in the DMs in Instagram. It's not gonna be won in Discord. Don't go out looking to get caught. Be safe. There's one thing I know about FPV people. They're smart. Help me out, Risco.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say how smart all you FPV people are out there.
Yep, right. It's true. I just don't feel like putting something on there. You know, when I'm out there flying for views and YouTube and doing what I'm doing and thinking about all the ways that I want to be identified, remotely is not one of them. Okay, I don't want to broadcast my location and all my expensive equipment where I'm standing.
Right.
There's just a lot of other reasons why. I mean, people might be just generally annoyed, and then they other drama will happen, and I just don't want them to have a pinpoint location of my GPS. Just anyone that you're in a, let's say if this was cars, every car had to broadcast its location all the time, right. And then I get into a road rage. I'm getting chased by some crazy motherfucker. And they know exactly where I am because I can't turn my module off.
They don't even have to chase you. They can just show up at your house type of thing.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, it's just, you know, we don't want this. We never, I don't think we, as a whole, the average person in this hobby does anything that is of any concern to anybody. First of all, like, I just want to keep my cool throughout the situation. Like, I don't want to become like an idiot throughout this situation. Like, I'm pretty smart, but I'm also a big idiot. Okay, so like
I can agree with that. Yeah.
You know, to myself, it's like
for myself as well.
When dealing with someone, if they want to come up to me and weigh my drone or look for something or other ID, and then they ticket me or not, I mean, my usual way of going about this stuff is just not argue with the person and just get the hell out of there and then, you know, call a lawyer or something.
Avoid
like
confrontation.
Yeah,
totally.
Don't escalate it with them.
Yeah.
Then fight it out in the court with them.
Yeah.
Instead of, even though it's just a sad state of affairs that's even a freaking option. But
right, and it's not like, following your example with cars, it's not like car phobia is a real big thing either, but drone phobia is. I'd say 80 to 90% of the general public has a very negative perspective on drones. They think you're spying on them.
Right.
You're out there flying in public and they're like, stop filming me. Even though it's completely legal to film in public.
Yeah, we just saw the X-Files episode from the 2000s where there was a DJI Phantom chasing a guy, chasing the agent. And
oh yeah.
That's how the society has been introduced to drones.
Right? Wasn't that crazy? That's how the public views drones. That's why they're trying to turn us into criminals and nobody's saying anything about it. Like I said, this isn't gonna be won at the bando. It's not gonna be won at the street. You're not gonna argue with the cop giving you a ticket, okay? You guys are gonna shut your mouth and you're gonna take it to court and we're gonna help. We're all gonna stick together and help each other, okay? That's where it's gonna be won, in court.
Hell, let's just help each other out, man. Like, you know, this is something that we're all probably gonna be pretty upset about, and like, just, you know, if you figure something out, tell your buddies, you know, share something. If you figure out a way to comply or manage, or you hear some information or something, or if you hear some misinformation, please start correcting people. Take a few extra seconds to say what you know is right or wrong. I don't follow the facts here too much closely lately, because I really just want to block this out and act like it's not happening.
I've seen it coming for 3 years, and it's finally come to this point where we have to make a video about it. Keep your cool, stick together, help each other out. Power in numbers. And that's the video, everybody. That's the solution. We're gonna win this shit in court. Stay fly. The FA got me. I'm going down.